Snacks are a great way for food manufacturers to get us to eat small, almost unnoticeable doses of sugar in a convenient package to keep us topped up throughout the day. Is there such thing as a healthy snack? Yeah, but here's the twist.
Snacks. They're taking over the world.
We are eating more snacks than ever before.
And it is contributing to a global epidemic of disease and suffering.
And it's time we did something about it.
Rather than snacking our way into an early grave.
Snacks don't even need to exist in our society at all. We created them. Food companies make billions from them, and today I want to explain how snacks are preventing you from being able to thrive, are totally unnecessary, and what we can do to stop snacking. The humble crisp or potato chip. Some of us probably think we couldn't live without them. The bag that accompanies the lunchtime sandwich, that handful we consume mid-morning just to keep us going, and that little packet we give to our children, again to keep them going before tea time. But crisps were only commercially available in the 1950s. So how did we cope before that? The answer, just fine.
You can't tell. You've no idea what they taste of. It's chicken.
Never. This nut's not cock of on, is it?
Imagine an entire category of food, potato chips. This industry is worth an estimated $40 billion a year globally. And it's something that doesn't even need to exist. It's actually not required food, and it's just consumed in addition to our regular meals. When you eat a snack, especially processed, sugary, high glycemic index food, your blood sugar spikes. Your pancreas has to send out insulin to bring it down. If you do that repeatedly throughout the day, your system becomes less responsive, giving it less time to focus on repair and maintenance. A few hours later, you crash. Blood sugar falls, you feel weak or irritable, and guess what you want next? More snacks. It's a cycle. Contrast that with when you eat a balanced, nutrient-dense meal. Protein, fat, fibre, and some minimal carbohydrates. Your blood sugar rises more slowly, the insulin response is gentler, and you stay content for longer. When people snack constantly, it's often a signal. Their meals didn't provide enough calories or the right ratios. The body is asking, hey, where's the fuel I'm supposed to have? You open a packet of crisps or sweets or a chocolate bar just to keep you going, and your body gears itself up thinking, food's coming. Repair and maintenance mode deactivate, and food processing and digesting mode activate instead. And when your body receives that mega bomb of unhealthiness, it sends out the signal saying that it wants more. It wasn't enough. And unless it gets some decent nutrition, it will always want more. Instead of treating snacks as normal, we should view them as a red flag, a sign that something is off with our nutritional structure. Snacks are also mindless. You walk past the snack shelf, you reach without thinking, you open a bag while watching TV or doing some admin. Before you know it, the packet's gone, and you don't even remember having enjoyed or eaten it at all. Snacks are designed to be highly palatable, low effort, and full of flavour enhancers. That's not random. That's the ultra-processed food industry engineering habit loops. The more these loops fire, the more your brain expects snack hits. People who are unhealthy quite often severely underestimate the calories that they consume each day because they don't take into account the snacks. They're almost forgotten about or not considered part of the daily food intake. The same occurs when people add up how much they spend on food per week, often just looking at the food bill from the supermarket rather than also adding in on that daily sugar-filled coffee from Starbucks, the muffin on the drive home, or the packet of crisps from the garage. Here's something most people don't see. Snack culture didn't explode overnight, it snuck in piece by piece. First, supermarkets arrived, replacing smaller specialty shops and grocers. Gone from the high street are our butchers and bakers and candlestick makers. They consolidated, created aisles and featured snack products everywhere they could, on ends, on tiny baskets that attached to the side of aisles, in bins, and positioning them in just the right places. Then came the checkout snack positioning. Cookies, chocolate bars, chips, protein bars, flavoured nuts, placed there because when people are waiting, they reach for impulse. Does anyone really go into the supermarket and have these things by the checkout on their shopping list? No. Coffee chains like Starbucks and Costa are absolutely everywhere in the UK. Nearly 4,000 chains across the country. The first Costa opened in 1981 in the UK, and Starbucks came here in 1998. How did we cope before then? Just fine. These places are perfect for that little sugar hit to keep you going, just that little longer, but the time spent here and the money can be spent better elsewhere. Cafes began promoting grab-and-go foods, Little bars at the tills, rather than something to eat while sitting in, convenience became king. Workplace vending machines, petrol stations, service stations, all stocked with snack foods. Try finding the healthy options at any of these places. In the Atlantic's piece, How Snacks Took Over American Life, the author traces how snacking was rebranded as grazing, how grocery consolidation helped national snack brands dominate, and how the cultural message shifted. Snacks equals normal. Similarly, Bunk History notes that the explosive snack boom really kicked off around the late 1970s and early 80s, aided by loosening of TV ad restrictions, big food corporations scaling marketing, and a culture shift towards snack anytime. So snack culture is not timeless, it's manufactured. Let me walk you through what this constant snacking habit can lead to, supported by medical research. Metabolic syndrome and type 2 diabetes. Frequent insulin spikes push your system toward breakdown. Over years, your body can't regulate blood glucose well. Liver damage and fatty liver disease. Fructose, which is part of sugar, is processed in the liver. Chronically high fructose load contributes to non-alcoholic fatty liver disease. Increased body fat and obesity. Excess energy from snack calories isn't always burned, it gets stored in the body. And dental decay. Frequent sugar exposure means bacterial acid attacks your enamel multiple times per day. From cardiovascular stress and inflammation. Processed snacks often carry trans fats, seed oils, high sodium, and they all stress your system. Over time, your baseline health deteriorates and your normal becomes less healthy. If your main meals were adequate in nutrients and energy, you'd rarely need to feel the need to snack. Snacks become a crutch, a filler, rather than fuel. For some of us, snacks are so ingrained into our lives, the amount that we have, how we give them to our children over and over again, there is no way that we can imagine not having them. But for others, they don't use them at all. They don't give them to their children. Those people can't imagine switching to daily routines of excessive snack consumption. As a family, we used to snack and feel that need regularly. Now Laura and I rarely snack, and if we really need something, we normally stick to healthy fats or protein as a snack, such as a handful of nuts or a spoonful of peanut butter. For our children, it is difficult to escape. Snacks are given at nursery and school. Our son started nursery when he was 15 months old, and up until that point, he hadn't eaten one like ever. Nothing in between any meals. We genuinely had not thought to give him anything. But then he started nursery, and the snacks were given twice a day when he was there between 8 AM and 3 PM, as well as his lunch. And guess what? He started to expect them at home because suddenly he realised that additional food was available at certain times. We still do not always give our children snacks, and quite often we have found it's just a case of altering our meal times. We used to eat quite late as a family and got into bad habits, but over time our meals have shunted forward throughout the day. This has helped reduce and stop snacking for us and for the children. We are by no means perfect. Snacks are still given in desperate situations, but we try to keep them as healthy as possible. When Laura is preparing food and that smell leaches throughout the house, our daughter and son are magically transformed into food-seeking limpets, clinging onto Laura's legs and moaning as if they were starving to death. If we go food shopping, they also mysteriously end up being hungry. They are just being triggered. But if both had not been given snacks at nursery or school, effectively, they wouldn't even have known about their existence. Going back to our meal times, we have breakfast about 7 in the morning. Lunch, when we're at home, is around 11:30. For tea, our final meal of the day, we usually eat between 4 PM and 4:30. Those times probably sound insanely early to a lot of people, and I am totally aware that eating at those times is impossible for a lot of people due to working times. But if you are able, it really does help. And both our son and daughter will go to bed at their normal times and have not needed any additional snack or food after they finish eating their tea at 4:30. But in the past, we would have given our daughter something to keep her going around 3:30 and then eaten tea at 6. What she just really wanted to do was to have an early tea as she was hungry, she was ready for a meal. Snack consumption seems nearly global now, but surveys show big variations in how strong snack culture is. For example, in a survey across 60 countries, some places in Scandinavia, like Denmark, the Netherlands, Sweden, have much lower rates of people snacking. Also, French culture traditionally privileges structured meals. Snacks are less embedded in everyday practice compared to the Anglo-American culture. Some people say that French people never snack, but in reality, the culture emphasizes having meals together and not eating on the go. They all go out for their lunch at work meal times. So while true snack-free societies are rare, cultural strength, norms, and food environments greatly influence how dominant snack culture becomes. If you want to give it a go at limiting your snack intake, here are some tips. Writing a food diary. It does help to really see every morsel of food and drink that you're consuming, and seeing it written down can be shocking. If you switch unhealthy snacks for healthier ones, healthy fats are best, but watch out for those nuts that are marketed as healthy, but they have sugar or flavourings in. Try and go for just pure nuts. Try mixing up your meal times a bit if you can. You may find that you are able to do this surprisingly well, and it creates a huge eating window for fasting, where your body can repair and recover to fight off illness and disease. I could go on about this for ages, but snacks are basically unnecessary in our daily lives, and they don't benefit us at all metabolically. They create inflammation in the body, lead to an excess of calorie consumption and weight gain, and are basically only fueling one thing: corporate bank accounts.
Weight today 76.45 kilos, up 50 grams on yesterday. Body fat percentage up 0.1%. For lunch, some expensive organic tuna, which resulted in a very small portion, a jack of potato with some cheese, some peppers from the garden, and a salad. And potatoes, some beans, some mixed veg, tomatoes, and a healthy plant-based burger.
Had an incredibly busy day today. Did lots of work. Still making our way through this lot of stuff that we got. It's draining me. Oh, I'm gonna get through it. Today, our daughter went to a birthday party. Whilst Laura was with our daughter at the party, I maybe snuck in an extra day of time at the gym as well, which really helped me feel better. I was in a bit of a mood this morning, on a bit of a rampage, unnecessarily just being generally arsey, and I'm not sure why. Maybe subconsciously I knew what was coming today, because with parties comes cake and comes sweets, and guess what? I'm not having either of those things, and you sure can tell that our daughter has had them because of her behaviour. One of the unseen side effects of this quest has been Laura, who just seems to actually be losing more weight than even me, despite the fact that she's still sneaking little bits of sugar here and there. You know, she's well, I'm not say sneaking, she's having the tiniest bits of dark chocolate or something like that. You know, she's not like being sort of secretive about it or anything. Our children's behaviour, I'm not coming back with mountains of cake for everyone to eat, and as soon as we have cake, there's always tears at the table, there's always tantrums afterwards, it's always a bit of a nightmare to get everyone to bed. But when everyone hasn't had any sugary puddings after tea, we end up with more calm and cooperative children who aren't rampaging around the house trying to get pyjamas on. Yeah, other than that, we spent some time in the garden and managed to spread some more wood chips, where we're going to have some pathways to act as a mulch to prevent weeds from coming through the ground, which is really nice. We managed to get all these wood chips for free from a local tree surgeon who has just basically piled them up on the land as best he can, free of charge, and it gradually rots down and adds nutrients to the soil, and prevents weeds from coming up, acts as a mulch to prevent evaporation and stops weeds.